Hey guys, how are you guys tonight?
Great. How's everybody?
All right. So, hey guys, Chrissy here, Muddy Water Search and Recovery. We've got Tamara, we've got Alex, and Denny is over here in the background. All right. So, I am going to be doing the talking tonight, most of the talking. Let's see. Denny is going to be writing down the questions and answers. So we're going to go over these case details real quick, and then we'll get started. Okay, Tamara?
Sounds good.
All right. So tonight, guys, we are talking about Mr. Randy Leach. Randy Leach went missing from Linwood, Kansas in the evening of April 15th to the early morning hours of April 16th of 1988, while or shortly after attending a pre-graduation party, approximately, let me get that out of the way, 7 miles from home. Despite ongoing searches now for over 37 years, there has been no sign of Randy or the 85 Dodge Sedan 600 that he drove that evening. So that's pretty much the case layout about Mr. Randy Leach there. First of all, special thank you to Tamara for doing this Dowsing episode. It's I still think it's a cool thing that she can do.
Thank you.
Tamara, you want to go ahead and explain to us what it is and what you do for Dowsing?
Sure. Yeah. So basically, Dowsing is just a way to connect, basically to, your guide, your angels, your higher self, just to get answers that you kind of already know, but don't know, So it's just a way to connect and get answers. They're just tools. I have some color ones. I don't know if they'll work out well.
Colored ones.
Yeah, they're light up ones. They're just tools.
Wow.
Use whatever ones you want. But yeah, they're just tools. And Dowsing is very specific as yes or no answers. In general, I'll give you an example. Let's see how this looks. So the across would be yes, and then apart would be a no. But they're just tools to get answers to questions. Again, they're very specific, yes or no. You don't want to ask questions that are too general, like, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? That means a lot. What you think is good or bad, the nuances, it will be different for everybody. So you just want to ask more and more questions, just drilling down to as much detail as possible. And in general, this is really just for entertainment purposes only. If Dowsing or intuitions or psychics could solve every case, there wouldn't be missing people. So it's a lot more complex. My answer is there's no guarantee that everything I'm getting is correct. It just depends how good of a I am at just being open to whatever answers come to me. And then, and there's also things that we don't understand or that I don't understand that are beyond my scope. So I'll just do my best to, allow the answers to be what they're going to be. And, hopefully, you all have questions, people in the audience, if you have any questions, definitely just keep asking yes or no, and we'll just see what we get, you just never know what happen.
Right. Because I was just getting ready to explain to our audience, if you do have questions, please make them maybe a yes or no question. Try to be as specific as you can, because as Tamara said, it helps. Again, yes or no questions. The more detailed, the better, and so on and so forth. And as Tamara just said, I'm going to read you guys a little disclaimer here. This is for entertainment purposes only. Answers tonight should not be considered fact unless you have hard physical proof. At that point, we request you notify law enforcement with any proof of info that could bring Randy home. So,
yeah.
And also, real quick, guys, why don't you take just a second and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, because everything helps, guys. All of it helps.
That is right.
Absolutely. All right. So, Tamara, are you ready to go, hon?
Real quick.
Yes.
Tamara, I don't know if anybody else is seeing this, but Tamara, you're kind of getting blurry, and then it clears up, and then it gets blurry, like right around you in your hands.
Okay, here, hold on. Let me move real quick and see if that helps. Hold on.
Okay.
You have a filter on, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else was seeing her, but like when she had her hands up, all of a sudden, at least on my end, it looked like she was going.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a little bit of a filter there.
Hey, now, guys, not to crack a bad joke, but maybe she's connected.
Hey, yeah, maybe we're seeing the connection there. Also, guys, we understand that sometimes a lot of people don't want their name out there or whatnot. We do have, if you're not comfortable with asking a question in the public, kind of thing, we have invited you to message us with questions, and we will ask them anonymously. So
And put my cell phone number in the comment.
okay. The heck's your cell phone number offhand?
913.
You're a face in my phone.
683 0147. And they can text that.
All right. So the number I'm getting ready to put up there, guys, that is Dennis's number. You can send him questions, and you will remain anonymous. So please feel free to ask questions. The more, the better tonight. So okay.
And I think something else we might want to discuss before we get started, and I've kind of discussed this with Dennis a little bit. There's going to be some questions asked that might be stuff that people have not heard publicly, but they've heard, roundabout ways here and there. So, at this point, I think Dennis and I kind of both feel that asking these questions in public is just something we're going to do. So there's, we're not trying to offend anybody, upset anybody, nothing like that. And literally every question, everything that we're going to ask or discuss is something that has been asked or discussed everywhere. At some point, either a lead, a rumor, a theory, an accusation, something. Every single one of these is going to be something that somebody has brought to our attention at one point in time or another. So, just us asking questions, so we're just, I want everybody to know, just from myself or on behalf of Muddy Waters, we're not trying to upset anybody. So if you feel that there's something that you think we might ask and you don't want to hear it, maybe now is the time to by all means, I'm not asking anybody to leave, but I just don't want to upset anybody. And we don't want anybody saying, oh, well, they're saying this and they're saying that. And, anything that we ask or say tonight is something that's been asked or said pretty much at any given point.
Right.
So
we're not trying to offend, and we're not trying to accuse. We're just asking questions that we have been asked basically in the last 4+ years that we've been working on the case.
Yeah. So, we're just looking at answers and questions that, we've discussed as a group, we're going to do with Tamara tonight. So, and it's just, we're just looking at answers. We're just looking at things that's been brought to our attention. So, and, a lot of these things, they're discussed all over YouTube. They're discussed all over podcast. They're discussed all over social media, whether it's, on the different Facebook pages, the groups. I mean, if anybody has ever really sat down and put any effort into searching Randy Leach's case on Facebook, there is so many groups and pages and news people that have posted stuff. Does everybody go through and read the comments? I mean, have you guys really gone through and read comments and seen what people are asking and what people are saying? It is crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
It
So,
is.
just in a way, just just a heads up, there's probably going to be some stuff passed that will definitely make people a little like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they said that. So, like I said, if it's something that you don't think you want to deal with or you don't want to hear tonight, and if you think that we're going to do something like, in a negative way of bad mouthing somebody, this is not the time to be a part of the show tonight. So, and it's just trying to be respectful and upfront with everybody.
Right. Well, with that being said, Denny, has come up with kind of an ingenious way to answer these questions. He is going to give me a number.
Well, I wrote down several of the questions that I have, since I will be writing the questions and answers. So every once in a while, I'll just give a number to Chrissy and she'll read one of my questions.
It was kind of neat the way you did it, though. And actually, before we actually get into the questions, we need to say some prayers for Mr. Catfish. He does have the flu at the moment, and I'm assuming he's not good.
No, he was in the comments a few minutes ago. Then he messaged me, and he's heading to bed. Said he's got the flu really bad.
Can't win for losing, I swear. Okay, are you ready? Tamara, Alex, are you ready?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Right.
It's all down to Tamara if she's ready.
Yeah,
all right, guys.
The comments.
Hopefully this works.
Questions in the comments.
And guys, don't forget, you can put your questions in the comments as well, and I will get on those and we'll ask Miss Tamara. So you want me to just start with number
3?
Number 3. All right. Ready, Tamara?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. Did Randy travel to another state after April 15th, 1988?
Okay, I got a no for that one.
Okay.
And Alex can bring his up anytime.
Yeah, Alex.
Kind of a free for all.
Yeah, you can bring your questions up too if you have any. So yeah, feel free.
Okay. Did Randy know that he had to be home before midnight the night of the party that he attended?
Yes.
I love those.
Thank you.
Mugs that she has. Those are so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, they were a Christmas present.
They're neat. All right. Do you have another one? Just go.
They're fun. Yeah, I like them.
All right. I'm going to ask, all right, is Randy's disappearance linked to Skeet Bishop and Lloyd Folsom missing persons case?
No.
Did Randy leave the party before midnight?
No.
You guys just want to go back and forth until we get some questions or comments?
O says, I thought he was found. And what did you say, Denny?
No, Randy's not.
Yeah. Are you speaking about Randy? Because Randy has not been found yet. Another question for you, Tammy. Yeah. Tamara, excuse me.
It's okay. I answered all things.
Is Randy in his mom's car trunk?
No.
Okay. Denny's going through the questions here.
Was Randy drinking the night of the party that he attended?
I get a yes.
Did Randy get 55?
Okay. Did Randy get into a physical altercation the day he went missing?
Physical altercation.
As in fight?
Fight. So physically hitting.
Yes.
No.
No.
Was Randy smoking weed with Robert Huffman the night while he was attending the party?
No.
Is he near a boat dock?
Okay, this is something I've thought about recently. So yeah, so is his physical self, is his physical body near a boat dock? And near, like a very short distance. Okay, no.
Next question. Did Lee Ayers murder and dispose of Randy and his mother's car?
No.
Okay. Did someone kick him in the head the night of the party?
No.
Okay.
Was Randy putting on a show at the party to portray that he was drunk or high, but he was not? So I guess was he pretending to be drunk or high, but he was not?
Which one?
Yes.
Yep, I am.
I got a yes on that one.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, it was a very quick yes. So yeah, yes.
So he okay.
It's a very good question, Jen.
All right. Jen says, can Randy be physically found within 50 miles of, can I read that? Can I? Okay. 12530 166th Street, Linwood, Kansas.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, wow.
That surprised me.
Yeah. Good question, Jen.
It's a very good, very detailed.
Right. Next one is Randy's mom's car near the boat dock?
No.
You said 5. Yeah. Was Randy depressed?
No.
Did Randy have a physical altercation / fight with Lee Ayers over Leanne?
Getting no. Though I do feel, was there at any point in time a verbal argument? I get yes on that one.
Did John Burns place Randy in his car without the keys the night of the party?
Getting a no.
Was number 21.
Was Randy drinking alcohol the night he went missing?
Yes.
22.
Did Randy do any type of drugs the night he went missing?
No. And I define that as anything other than alcohol, but yes.
Right. Jen says, can Randy be physically found in a body of water?
I'm not getting an answer for that one.
Did someone with a mustache take Randy's life and then laugh about it?
No.
You said 23.
Did
Was-
the dot?
Go ahead, Alex. I'm sorry.
Did the Dodge 600 leave the party location on a rollback?
What's a rollback?
It's a form of like a tow truck.
No.
Was Randy involved in any drug trafficking of any kind?
No.
Is Randy's body near a boat dock within the 50 miles?
No.
27. Did Randy have a lot of close friends?
How do you define a lot?
More than 5.
More than 5.
Okay. In his mind, yes.
Did the Irwins know more than they let on to the leeches or the police?
It's very general, like led on to about anything whatsoever or anything specific.
Okay, so did the Irwins know more about what happened to Randy that they led on to the leeches or the police?
I'm getting a yes, which is surprising. So, but that could be anything. I mean, that could be a minor detail. So, I mean, it's, like I said, it's not accusatory in any way. It just could be something super minor, whether they could have just forgotten it or didn't think it was important.
Was Randy's disappearance an accident?
Yes. Accident can mean a lot of things, but it's a very good question.
Is he in the woods within that 50 miles, and is he in the trunk of the car?
Okay, it's 2 questions. So I'll do each one separately. Is he in the woods? In the woods. Within that, I get a no, but I'm imagining woods like in a fully wooded area. Is he in the trunk of the car? No.
Okay. Is Randy in a cave or in a very dark place?
Okay. Is Randy in a cave? No. A very dark place is very general. Is he in a very dark place? I get a yes. And I define that at any point in time since he went missing. Okay, still get a yes. Okay.
Was Lee Ayers' death connected to Randy's disappearance?
No.
Was the reason the party was cleaned up by 7 a.m. was because Mr. Irwin was being released from jail?
Yes. There was a lot of energy with that one. So I think it was like absolutely yes. Yes, that was why. But then that's just the answer I get now. So
does the woman who left him in the car but went to the washroom know more than she sang?
It's saying about Randy Leach's disappearance. Yes. No.
29. Did Randy wreck the sedan before the party that night?
No.
Was he thrown in the pig farm?
Thrown in a pig farm? No.
Jen's got another one here. Is Randy deceased?
I'm not getting an answer, but I also don't prefer to answer that because that's a very loaded question. This can be completely wrong. And unfortunately, you're dealing with the family in that, and I don't want to ever say anything. I don't know if the right answers are right or wrong. So I prefer not to, but I'm also getting a non-answer too, which is also what I prefer. But I know where you're coming from. I mean, it would be good to know one way or the other. It's just hard to say, because you don't want to say something that could devastate someone, because they could say, oh, well, this answer has to be this. But again, no one's ever 100% right on anything. So
Could Randy hear heavy equipment such as a backhoe after he went missing?
I'd say that again.
Could Randy hear heavy equipment such as a backhoe after he went missing?
No. It's a very good question, though.
Is Randy's body near an abandoned house?
No. I just want to say thank you to guides, etc., that are helping.
Absolutely. Okay, Jen says, let me rephrase that. Can Randy be found with his mom's car?
Okay, yes. Very good questions, Jen.
Okay. Next question. Is there someone who is ready to spill on what they know?
That's a good question.
Very good question, too. Yeah, that one. So is there anyone willing? So what's the question? Put that back up again. Who's ready to spill? Yeah, I can see it on here, too. Yeah.
Sure. Is there someone who is ready to spill on what they know?
So is there someone who wants to, if they know something about this case, is there someone who wants to say something, but they haven't as of yet, but they want to? Okay, I get a yes.
Yeah. Take it.
Again, that could be anything, but
anything is something.
I didn't hear
36.
What did she ask?
and that I can't miss 420 CS. You're asking good questions too.
Okay.
You're very, very specific. So I'm assuming you have a theory, but you're asking very specifically.
Lisa asks, will Randy's body ever be found?
Okay, so will Randy ever be found? I'm not getting an answer on that one either. I made it very general, and I'm not getting an answer. Ever?
Oh.
No. Okay, no answer.
Yeah,
I'm trying to limit it to that. That's forever and ever, and I'm just not getting an answer one way or another. So,
Did he wreck his mom's car within the 50 miles?
getting a yes. Kind of a strong yes. Yeah.
And then
Was
there's
he racing someone when he wrecked the car within 50 miles?
Is he racing someone?
No. Definitely.
Was he running from someone when he wrecked the car?
No.
Can Randy be physically found within 25 miles of 12530 166th Street, Linwood, Kansas?
Get a yes.
No.
That was a quick yes, too.
It was, yeah.
What'd you say? 37? Or did I already agree?
I do have 48.
48. Did Randy have any plans as far as a career?
Didn't know at that moment in time. So
Is Randy surrounded by hard substance? I'm assuming like concrete or?
I'm gonna know.
Has anyone already searched the location that Randy is at?
Okay, so this one I'm going to be more specific on. Has anyone in that because if they searched in the exact location, they would have found them. So it's like in that area or the surrounding area, in the area surrounding or wherever he is at.
Let's see.
No, it's hold on.
Sure.
It's going a little bit back and forth here. So say the question again.
Okay. Has anyone already searched the location that Randy is at?
Okay, so I'm going to define it as in that
Area
area. Yes, anyone searching an area or surrounding area somewhat nearby where Randy is at. Okay. That one I get a yes on.
Has
Before it was like saying, the exact location is my initial interpretation. And obviously it's not that. So it's like, I would say surrounding area is very general, but it's not terribly far away. So
has Dennis and I been on that location?
any point in time. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Goosebumps.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at were Kansas police at that time involved in a cover-up?
In a cover-up regarding Randy's disappearance.
Yes.
Okay, no,
No. Wow.
that was very strong.
Yes.
Has Dennis and I looked into the hole where Randy is at?
The hole where Randy's at?
Mm.
No.
Is there someone in this chat that can help solve the case?
That's a good question. Okay, someone just in the chat or in the group,
I'm assuming it's chat.
this chat.
Yep. Someone in this chat.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
That just means they're capable of it.
Yeah.
That's how I'm interpreting it. Not like they have hidden information necessarily. So
46.
Did Randy hear a bell the night that he went missing?
no.
Okay. Can Alberta Leach's car be found off the intersection of 166th Street and Wood Road in Linwood, Kansas?
I'm gonna know.
Was Randy happy?
Very interesting question. Relatively, it's like I'm going to see it relative in general. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay. Not what I was expecting.
Mm.
It's very general. It can mean a lot of things, though. So,
right. Has someone in this chat had a dream about where Randy is at?
so has someone had a dream about a possibility of where Randy's at or the exact location? So I said it. I would say if someone had a dream about where Randy could possibly be at. Yes. Okay. Yes. And the exact location, or I get a no on that one. Not to say that can't happen. I know there's been lots of cases of people that have gone missing and someone's had a dream and they found them there. So
60.
Was Randy's disappearance avoidable?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Because that one, you can take that a lot of different ways.
Yeah, that was.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, because sometimes there's, and everyone has different beliefs on this. Sometimes it's like, like if he would have gone a different way home, or if would have talked to a different person this way, or if he wouldn't have gone to the party in the first place, you could say all that's avoidable. Or if you see it as a spiritual thing, that if it, again, everyone has a different opinion on this. Like if it was supposed to happen, there was a reason for it, or, so there's things like that. So was it avoidable, in any possible scenario? I mean, okay, I get it. Yes. Like there are different choices that could have been made that could have avoided it. Yes. I guess we'll just leave it at that, but
Can Randy be physically found within 10 miles of 12530 166th Street, Linwood, Kansas?
yes.
No.
Do
Woo.
Dennis and I need to dig with the excavator where Dennis and I have stood looking for Randy?
I'm trying to phrase that.
So the place that Dennis and I have been to, do I need to take the excavator there to look for Randy? Look for him.
This is one of those, I'm not getting an answer. I'm getting like I don't know. That one's interesting. I'm not seeing an answer either way, but it's just like it's like it's a good thing to do, but I don't know like if you'll get the results you want. You may or may not. I don't know. I'm not getting an answer either way. It's being very vague.
Has Randy contacted someone in their dreams to tell where he's at?
No, not him directly.
Is Randy in water or on land?
Okay, good question. Is Randy
Have
is
to
Randy in
ask
water right
separately.
now? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, is Randy, since he went missing, has Randy ever been in water? Okay. Has he ever been, go back to the center. Has he ever been in land too? Okay. Yes.
You can read it, but I don't think she.
Mark has a good question. Is Leanne here?
I haven't seen her.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in the comments yet. So.
Yeah, I know there's some comments about the cave. I can ask again, was Randy ever in a cave from the time he went missing? No.
All right, she just said, let's go for broke. Can Randy physically be found within 5 miles of 12530 166th Street, Linwood, Kansas?
I'm getting a no.
Let's do 1 mile.
I am here.
Okay.
Did Randy sit, is that right?
Yeah.
In Leanne's car at the party?
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, wow. Mhm.
I,
No.
I'm going to change it up for a second here. Does Randy have a distant relative named Kimberly Leach who was killed by Ted Bundy?
Oh dear.
You know,
English.
know if that's right or
Now
not.
you're gonna get a lot of questions now, Alex.
Does Randy have any distant relatives in California?
You know,
Okay. Can he be found within 6 miles? I'm assuming of the address
the address.
in Linwood.
Yes.
Jen is saying so more than 5 and under 10.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing too.
6 through 9?
Yeah.
I know, how specific do you want to get? There is something that I found, and again, I'm still learning, but with the missing cases, you know, these missing people cases and that, there's something to the journey of it too. You know, there's no steps that are taken or questions that are asked that don't have value no matter what. So I think it makes us all better people.
Right. Did Randy have any enemies or people who would wish him harm?
Again, no.
Okay. Is so 12530 166th Street. Was that where the party was? Yeah, that's where the party was. Okay. 43. Did another search and recovery team find Randy but covered it up?
No.
Boy, that was a quick no, too. Like, no.
Yeah.
Is he within 6 miles of the Linwood address?
Yes.
54.
Did Randy go to what is called the greenhouse at any point the day he went missing?
You know.
Was Randy afraid that night?
No.
Is Randy near a road?
No, we're gonna keep near pretty general, but still you get a yes.
Tamara, do you need to take a break or anything?
Oh, I need to take a little break.
Go ahead.
Just give me a minute.
You're good.
I need to practice more. I'm not used to holding it for so long. And also just say thank
Yep.
you. No, these are all very, very good questions.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're very
I'm kind of like with my questions that I have, I have it broke down into different areas of Randy's life and things that have happened and things that we've discussed. And I'm kind of a roadblock here at a minute because I can't go down certain paths with what questions have already been answered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I still have more questions I would like to ask, but
You can still ask them because, like I said, it's nothing's ever 100%, but you still ask them because it hurts to, ask the same question in a different way sometimes.
Yeah.
They're just,
All right. Yeah, because these have been really good questions so far.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank everybody that's in the audience tonight. Everybody that is here participating. I'm I'm on my laptop doing the show, but I'm also watching my phone. And like right now, it shows we have 25 people watching. At least on my phone, that's what it shows. But just want to, each and every one of you, thank you for being a part of the show tonight. I know some of these questions are probably too much, too edgy for some people. And like I said, the names that are being brought up is stuff that's been brought up for years. And it's just stuff that we're just asking, and moving forward with and stuff. So we're not by any means pointing fingers at anybody, stuff like that. We're just simply asking questions with stuff that's been provided to us over the years, leads, people saying, hey, you should look into this more, or you should ask these questions, or something like that. So,
Okay.
And Mac, you are absolutely right.
Said Alex is having a hard time asking because he can't get out the
Right.
location at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Yes,
No, that's all understandable. Okay, I'm ready again.
Hey, Hunter's on there. He's back.
Hey,
Hey,
good
Hunter.
to see you, Hunter One. It's been a while. And Jen, we've really missed you. You've come up in so many conversations with me and Alex.
yes.
All right. Are you ready, Miss Tamara?
Yep, I am.
All right. Did Randy have a motor vehicle accident that caused his disappearance?
Center. Yes.
Did Randy personally know any of the people from Kansas City at the party that night?
Get a no.
Was the people at the Irwin's party from Kansas City, were they past classmates of Lisa Irwin in the Turner School District? That's probably too much.
I get a yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me get caught up on some of these questions here. Is there a body of water under 10 miles with that address? I'm assuming the Linwood address. And if not, has he been buried on ground?
Okay, I'm going to scroll up to that question real quick.
I read it too fast. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just there's a lot of information to it. So is there a body of water under 10 miles of that address? Yes, there is a body of water. Has he been buried on ground, underground? I'm not getting an answer for that one.
Let's see. Okay, I think I'm all caught up on those. All right, Denny, you ready for? All right, let's see. You want that number? All right. Was a 410 shotgun used in regards to Randy's disappearance?
No.
I got a question that somebody just sent me.
Okay.
and I can't X out an answer, so I'm going to hold something up. But it says, well,
Oh,
Can't see
it
it.
says,
well,
it
you
says,
disappeared. So
it says no. I did not. I'm not seeing what you're asking. Sorry.
okay. Was the vehicle crushed with heavy equipment such as a backhoe?
No.
Can he be found at the party house?
No.
Is Randy under a septic tank?
No.
Was the vehicle buried in a field?
I'm not getting the answer for that one. That's odd.
Did Randy wreck his mom's car within the 6 miles of the address?
That's a good question. I'm going to make it more general within that 6 to 10. Yes. 5 to 10. 5 to 10. Yes. Okay. Something like that. So within that area, that's at least the answer I get for
Motion
yes.
detected at the front door.
Okay. Did Randy frequent the Red Bridge?
Getting a yes.
Okay. Is there a weapon hidden in the septic tank?
No. Oh, hold on.
Oh, you're good.
Got it. There you go. Just to make sure our laptop's plugged in. Okay.
And again, just because people have brought it up so much, 34 and 35.
Was satanic rituals linked to Randy's disappearance?
No.
Was Randy aware if any of his close friends were involved in satanic rituals?
No.
Does anybody know exactly where Randy is?
No. I'm seeing that is very precise, like exactly.
Well, that would be true. Right?
Did I read that one?
Because. Well, could be that.
Okay.
Motion detected at the front door.
Pizza's there.
Oh, so my family, but yes.
Was Randy alone when he passed?
I'm going to change it to is Randy alone
He disappeared.
at the time he went missing. Yes.
I'll be honest. I have like 50 other questions, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to ask them at this point.
Go ahead and ask them.
Yeah.
Oh,
And a lot of this, I mean, this is basically similar to an easy way to explain is like a gut feeling. Like, when you have like a gut feeling and you've been right most of the time, this is similar to that too. So if you feel really strongly and you have a strong gut feeling towards something, you can still,
Well, just
not always right, but you can still, again, just follow it up and
It's cool.
follow what means
What do you
what's
think?
what's important to you. Because like I do feel like
I mean,
people that do this, if people that are interested in this, we're all just trying to help someone, help the family, help the person that went missing. So all of it's all done from a very good place. So
Did Randy drive his mom's car off the road the morning of April 16th, 1988?
oh wow.
Wow. That was quick.
Yes, that was quick, yeah.
did Randy have an altercation with a neighbor near the park over something he saw?
Did Lee Ayers burn down the Irwins' former home?
No. Physically burn it down.
Is Randy still alive?
That might be.
I won't answer that
Yeah.
one either. I'm not getting.
I just want to make sure I get everybody's.
It's a good question. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but
Number 7.
7. Let's see. Is Randy's disappearance linked to Steve's death?
no.
Number 1.
Was there an officer with only one hand who was around when Randy went missing?
No. I didn't interpret that as was around Randy when he went missing. Do you mean just like on the police force, or do you just mean like in the vicinity?
Well, I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just leave it as I interpreted it. That was, around, in the vicinity of when Randy went missing. And I got a no for that one.
Is Randy's disappearance linked to the Jack Schultz missing person case?
No.
Double check here. Oh, did Randy get his keys back the night of the party?
Yes.
Is Randy in the 1985 Dodge Sedan 600 that he was driving that night?
I'm not getting an answer for that one.
Did Randy date Teresa after the breakup with Pam? Oh, yes.
Yes.
That'd be 16 on that.
Was Randy depressed over the breakup with Pam?
I'm going to change that to sad, because depressed can mean a lot of different things too. It can be more clinically and more severe. So we'll keep it more simple. Was he sad? Okay, yes.
let me catch up on here. What?
Was Randy traveling to Oklahoma when he left the party?
No.
Did Randy have a good relationship with his family?
Okay, so good is very general.
Were they close as a family?
So some of it's going to be like his interpretation, the family's interpretation, how he's seen from the outside world. But we'll stick with his interpretation. Did Randy feel like he had a good family, a good upbringing? Okay, yes. Were there issues for concerns? Yes. Or no, it's a no. He's got a no. That were more major. I got a no on that. Would he be perceived as having a good family and a good upbringing? Yes. Again, it's very general.
Will Dennis find Randy's body at the 6 mile from the address shown?
That's a good question. Yeah, within the 6 to 10, soon. It can mean a lot of things. I'm not getting an answer though on that one.
Okay. Did Lee Ayers have Randy's keys?
Okay, so I'll say anytime that the night he went missing, night or day he went missing, did the heirs have Randy's keys? Yes.
Will there be a shift on the earth that will reveal Randy's whereabouts?
No.
No. Alex, do you have any questions you want to throw in there or no?
You can ask whatever you want.
Because you're just kind of sitting there, bud.
Well, no, it's just
Alex speechless on there.
I literally just sent Dennis my list of questions, and so he'll understand
Yeah.
kind of where I'm at.
You were going down a different path.
Well, I've got
Dennis probably knows why
I've got
Alex
multiple-
is speechless.
I've got multiple pathways,
Okay.
but at this point, with the answers that we have already received, I just don't feel like I need to go down these paths.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can still ask some, and kind of again just get that confirmation to make sure.
I
know where you can see where it's kind of leading for this moment in time, the information we're getting.
Okay.
That last question was good too. What was it?
What was his dog's name?
About
okay,
the,
so was Randy's dog's name Crackers?
Yeah, yes. I have no idea. I'm not as familiar with the case as you guys are. So this is why psychics, mediums, dowsers and whatnot this is scary, because it's like again, I am just asking for answers, but I feel like I'm responsible at the same time because I'm wrong. It's like, hey, you're totally wrong.
I just
didn't know.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I mean, that's actually better in general if you don't know. But at the same point, I'm like, oh my gosh, fear can actually interfere, because it's like I'm trying to not care whether I'm right or wrong, because you don't want that to interfere with your responses. But yeah, that is also why you don't see a lot of people work. One, it is dark. It's darker. Most people prefer working with more uplifting things. And then, so there's that part of it. And then, it's you're right or you're wrong, and for the whole world to see. So,
right. Oh,
So-
go ahead, Alex.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. So the follow-up to that question would be, was Randy's dog Crackers a German Shepherd?
No.
Oh. Hmm.
Interesting.
Okay. I like Samantha's question. Was Randy
Yeah.
headed home after the party? Yes.
Did he make it home?
Is he on the mud or where water dried up since he's been missing? I'm assuming, is he in mud or? Yeah.
I'm not getting an answer on that one.
Okay. Can Randy physically be found within 50 feet of a road?
No.
Mm,
Was Randy aware that something bad was going to happen the night of the party?
No.
Did a group of people beat Randy up the night he went missing?
No.
Will he be found with an expensive GPS tool?
Where could he be found? Expensive also is very general.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Yes.
Was Jack Schultz at the party that night?
You know?
Okay. Yeah, it's ground penetrating. Can he be found within 60 feet of the road? Did I just ask that? No.
No, it was 50 before.
50.
You know.
Is Randy between a road and the Kansas River?
Maybe between
That's
a road and the
Is that
Kansas
any
River. So
road?
any road.
Um,
If you don't want to say, I can keep it general.
yeah.
keep it. Yeah, we'll just have to keep it general.
General.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
That's a good one. Will he be found?
See, I'm getting kind of a non-answer, but I also seen it when these questions have come up. This is, I think, the third one that's similar to this.
Yeah.
And it if you notice, it kind of leans a little bit together, but it's still not saying. So is it possible? Of course, it's possible. Either way, it's possible. So it doesn't help.
Yeah.
I feel like there is a strong possibility. Future stuff is always is a little bit more difficult, and you have to be careful because when you do anything that's future based, it's at this exact moment in time. And then literally from the next second, next minutes, next hours, days, weeks, whatever, we all make so many different choices that it can change completely. That's why future work. Some things are soon to be a little bit more concrete, but a lot of times it's hard to tell for sure. So I
maybe-
personally feel like
Yeah.
the possibility increases. Like it's higher now than I think it has been in the past, but I think there's no guarantees.
Could be, does he want to be found?
That's a very good question. Does he want to be found? Is it for everyone's highest good that he is found? So let's break that down. So does he want Does he want to be found in general? I say yes. Okay, yes. Yeah, it's more complicated. Like that highest good is just like super complicated because what is the highest good for everyone? What is the best interest for everyone? Would it bring peace? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's because it involves so many people now. It's the family is the most important. It's direct family. But yeah, it's very complex. I don't think there's a good answer for that one. Yeah, I don't know that one. There is just so many different aspects to it. I think you'd have to really drill down and sometimes the answers aren't like what you would expect, and that's because I think there's my belief is that there's, kind of higher power at work and we don't all understand. I don't understand, how things are supposed to work or why they work out a certain way. So it's not for me to say on some things. So.
And those are the questions we definitely want answers to, but gosh darn it.
I know. Like I said, I think it's something that I'll have to think about. And, like I said, maybe we can talk afterwards too, because it's complex. I'm only getting a couple little things that are more specific, again, not with the dowsing rods, but just more intuitively. But yeah, I mean, I would, people have so much time and invested in it, and it's important to the family. And I think for everyone else, it would be wonderful to find them. And at least get some level of resolution, some level of answers. I don't think you probably get everything answered, but you never know. It might at least give some level of comfort. So I think that to me is just the way I see the only way that we can really help with that, along with all the work that everyone's doing and all the research that everyone's doing, all the searches, is just imagine him being found, and just that, imagine, the family, their relief that they would feel, your relief that you would feel, how everyone would feel it. So just imagine that as like the best possible outcome, on that level. And then, I mean, that's really, other than all the physical work that everyone else is doing, that might be something that could help too.
Right. Will Randy be found within the next year? Another one.
I'm gonna get an answer, but I do feel like I said, I do feel like the possibilities are increasing, and it's because of, Muddy's Water's work, you and Dennis and Alex's and everyone's work on this. I think it's everyone that's asking questions here, everyone that can tell that have put time and effort into this, coming up with different theories, doing their own research. All of that just increases the awareness, increases the energy towards his case. So I think the more that we do things like this, it just increases the possibility. So within a year, I can't say for sure. I don't foresee that. I'm not getting an answer either way. Is it possible? Yes. But I think, like I said, the more we can keep it open, keep it alive, and keep focusing on it with the best possible outcome, it can help.
Right.
I like your explanation there because that was spot on.
Yeah. Yeah. She explained that perfect. I mean, that was, yeah. Okay. Let me get back to some of these here. Have researchers been on or around the area where he's at? They just need to go back.
Okay. So that one, I'm going to keep it, the area, I'm going to keep it very large area, in or near or around the area. Have they been? Okay. Yeah. I get a yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask one more and then I'm going to give you another break.
Okay.
Unless you need one right now.
No, go ahead.
Is Randy physically west of 12530 166th Street, Linwood, Kansas?
Yes.
No. Did Dennis and I see Randy the day we laid on our chest and looked in the hole?
I didn't know. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I didn't know.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and Go ahead and take a break, Tamara.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, now I'm doing a little better this time.
For a second. So
I know where Alex is at on that one.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, thank you.
That
Yeah.
day it had a weird feel to it.
That was something else.
I
I
was
don't know what that was. That was something else. I don't even know what you're talking about, but it feels weird.
We'll have to fill you in on that.
that would be the place that I asked the question before when we got the answer yes, if Dennis and I had been to the location where he is at.
Yeah.
And you got a yes.
I think, yeah.
So at that location, one of the things Dennis and I was investigating was something that required Dennis and I basically to be on our hands and knees, laying on our chest almost, looking into something.
Okay, so you assumed that was the location. It could have been a different location.
That's true.
That doesn't mean it was at the same time.
That's very true.
Yeah. So like I said, this is where you need to be very specific. And it's just how dowsing works. Like intuitively, I can pick up on certain things. Things like that. But yeah, the dowsing is definitely much more specific because like, have you ever been there? Yes. Doesn't mean you're both there together. Were you both there separate? Whatever that is, it is weird. It's not what you think it is. Kind of. I don't know. That's weird. You'll have to tell me about it. It definitely has an odd feeling with it.
Yeah. Tammy just came in and said that she saw that Phil Robertson of the Duck Dynasty people had just passed away
Today.
Oh, man.
and Tammy, she had I don't know the word.
I knew them.
She knew them because when they lived in Louisiana and stuff, and
My boys played ball with Jace's boys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
so
Actually, they've been to my house. Or him and his mom, anyway. But yeah, they're a sweet family. But I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that he wasn't feeling well, but didn't know he was that close. I don't know what happened.
Is it sudden?
I don't know.
I feel like it was sudden.
I don't know, Taylor. I know that's the thing. You don't know whether it's real or not anymore.
Yeah. Usually you have to wait a couple days to like, okay, is this really real? Or is this
this
just one of
one-
those Facebook things?
Yeah. Well, this one is actually. I didn't mean to do that. Gosh. No, this one's on Fox News, so it's evidently real. But like the other stuff saying that he has dementia.
Yeah, I don't know.
Awful.
So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, I feel like it was sudden, but at the same point, the family knew there were signs. The family knew something, but it was still unexpected.
yeah.
Right.
Well,
It happened a lot quicker than you'd think, but yeah.
Well, Mac Randall Jr. just said that Phil Robertson was diagnosed with Alzheimer's last year, he thinks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
That 1 year is awfully short time.
Yeah, that is. Well, you know what? Like, I care for a lady, and she was saying that when her husband was sick, he was diagnosed eventually with Alzheimer's, but that she said for a long time he would be forgetting things, but she just thought it was old age. So I think that happens a lot when, you just kind of realize, you think that, oh, I'm just getting old, I'm getting forgetful. And then the reality of you're really forgetting a lot.
Yeah, because there's dementia, and dementia is usually from my experience, and it's typically not always tends to be caused by lack of blood flow to the brain, which is usually arterial health related, cardiovascular related. Alzheimer's is There's different opinions on that. But it's, it's where you're getting actual holes in the protection around the brain. So you have the myelin around the brain. So you actually get holes in the myelin around the brain, which can lead to holes in the brain itself. And technically, the only way to know 100% if it's Alzheimer's is upon autopsy. But you do see signs that do lead to that. But sometimes it can be hard to tell. Like you said, you think you're just being forgetful, or it's a little bit of dementia. So, I mean, it's not a clear cut 100% you can say one way or the other. So, yeah, I guess
please. Sorry, my phone was getting ready to die, and I was asking Tammy to plug it in real quick.
Okay. Well, when Megan and Dennis get back, I'll be ready to go.
Where'd they go?
I don't know.
Dennis!
We're coming. We're coming. We're coming.
But you guys have to get the pizza rolls out of the oven?
Dennis, leave us alone.
Why is it always pizza rolls?
Because that's
just an ongoing joke.
yeah, it's just been an ongoing joke for years.
It happened once, and
It happened with me.
Dennis
Yeah,
would just-
so
Dennis would just have to get up for no reason and disappear.
yeah,
which
yeah.
I expect everybody has to take a bathroom break or something. It was just always a silly joke.
yeah.
It's going to be off topic, but I don't know how often you guys follow social media and whatnot, but Duck Dynasty, Phil Robertson has passed away. So that was, that broke my heart.
Yeah.
We
So
literally, Chrissy, we literally just talked about that.
it,
Well, you
yeah.
guys were gone.
They were obviously not listening in.
No,
We
they
know
weren't.
that-
I just went, it's so heartbreaking. Phil Robertson just died, and we know.
Yeah. No, it is
Fine.
really sad. It is.
I didn't mean it like
I
that.
didn't know that's where he heard it.
No.
Um,
No, it is very sad. I mean,
that broke my heart there. At Mac, pizza rolls were ready. Okay.
I'm gonna have to make pizza rolls for Mac one of these days.
Yeah, and actually, Ethan, show you guys.
yeah, you're gonna have to actually bring them in the room at one point.
Yeah. Maybe
All
we
right.
can get a sponsor from Totino.
There you
There
go.
we go.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
All right.
No, but definitely, yeah, heartfelt condolences to the
gosh,
family.
yes,
I mean,
that
it's
just-
it's so hard to lose a loved one, no matter what.
Oh.
And like I said, it still seems like it's awfully quick. But I
Yes.
agree with Tammy. There could have been signs that it's hard to tell at first.
Yeah. Okay. You ready, Tamara?
Well, I'm ready.
Okay. Did someone cause Randy's disappearance? Did I read that yet?
No, you have not. And I get a no.
Okay.
Go back to center. Thank you.
Is Randy still within the Linwood area?
Okay, hold on. I need to reset here.
Sure.
Being weird.
Her lightsabers were going crazy.
They are. Yeah.
Hey, that's the cool part. They light up.
I haven't called that, although I am a big Star Wars fan.
See, there you go.
Okay, so question is Randy still within the Linwood area? Yes.
Do they need to search within the 6 miles? And is he down an embankment?
Haley, can you give me my phone?
Okay, I
No,
would
it's
say should they search within that? I'm going to say 6 to 10. Or 5 to 10. We're going to keep it general.
Right.
Within that 5 to 10 area or so, would it be good to search that area? Yes. Is he down an embankment? I didn't know.
Okay. Let's see. Did Randy go to the house to use the bathroom the night of the party? Did Randy go in the house to use the bathroom the night of the party? Excuse me.
I'm going to assume that's the party house.
Yeah.
And at any point, did he use the bathroom that night?
Yes.
Yes.
Pizza rolls. Dennis saw a cake roll down the hallway.
Hey, that'll work.
Well, that
too.
sounds-
Running.
Yeah, that sounds better than pizza.
I won't run for much, but I'll run for cake.
So I'm gonna. So, like I said, some of my other questions were directions and situations that I don't know. So I'm going to ask some kind of generic questions that I had wrote. So, did Randy really care about the Mustang that was being restored?
Yes.
Okay. Was Golden Road the last road that Randy was driving on the morning of April 16th, 1988?
I didn't know.
Okay. Max says it feels like I'm in Star Wars.
That's actually a big compliment to me.
We just need.
I really love Star Wars, so
We just need some techno music playing in the
Right?
background.
Yeah.
no, John Williams music. I would go with that.
There you go. Did Randy try to help someone and it turned into a carjacking?
No.
Did they see Randy getting in the driver's side and driving away?
Okay, I'm going to say anyone see Randy.
Yes.
Anyone see Randy? No, I get a no.
Is Randy on the Wilson property?
A. Wilson.
A Wilson property, excuse me.
Hey, Wilson. I
What
get
are
a no.
these glasses if I can't see? Hmm. That one's a little undecided, maybe.
Did you have some questions, Alex?
Here's another kind of non-generic one, I guess, to a point. Did Randy have an altercation with a neighbor over a girl or ex-girlfriend?
Get a no. I haven't seen altercation as a physical.
A physical altercation.
Physical, yes. I still get a no. Yeah.
Is Randy on a property that isn't giving consent to do a search?
No.
Is Randy Leach in a tree within 8 miles of the party address?
No.
Alex, do you have another one?
No, you have good questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just all my questions that I have in these other. So I had stuff. I know you guys probably can't see it, but I know you can't see it. It's not showing up. I had stuff broken down into paragraphs with like home life, the party, school life, a few other things. And I just, everything that's been asked, I just feel like these questions are just not, uh-oh.
Oh, we lost Dennis and
We lost him.
What were you gonna not? The questions were not.
I just don't feel like I need to bring it up.
Okay.
So I guess maybe they're back. There they are.
I decided to hit the, yeah. Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
You put another quarter in.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. It happened, and I looked at Denny like, oh my God, what have I done?
It's all good. Now, these are all really great questions tonight. Yeah, from you, from the team here, and then everyone on the chat. They're really, really good questions, very specific.
Yeah.
Question on the screen. Here's a question for Dennis or Alex. When is your next planned search for Randy? Saturday. Yesterday, I wasn't able to get my boat into a location, but weather permitting, this coming Saturday, I will be able to get on that.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately,
I know, right? Don't touch.
So, and this week I have to leave town to go work on a project. So I will be gone till the end of the week. So, I wanted to go with Dennis yesterday, but unfortunately, my big excavator had broke down on me, and I had to repair some hydraulic lines, which I was supposed to have done this job on Thursday, which basically put me behind till getting it put back together Friday night, and I had to go do that job yesterday. Therefore, I could not go with Dennis yesterday. So, so hopefully next weekend we can get this other search done, and if things, depending on how that ends up, Dennis and I have another spot that we need to go check out. So depending on how our time is, and how things go, maybe we can get 2 done on next Saturday.
Thank you, Mac. No touchy of the buttons, Chrissy. Gosh. All right.
Yeah, that's no fun. No fun working on Memorial Day weekend, though.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got one for Tamara, and if you're not comfortable answering it, don't.
Okay.
But going with Alex's question earlier, I want to get a little bit more specific here. Did Alex and I stand side by side on the same day at the same time on the property, on or near the property that Randy Leach is at?
At any time whatsoever?
Oh, I don't remember the date.
Well, I'm going to keep it general that way. And I did get a yes. Anytime, at any moment in time, yes. Together, yes. Okay. Yep. I like Aaron's question too. It's a different way.
Is Randy's disappearance associated with an accident?
Yes. That can mean a lot of things, but.
Right. Okay. They consented to AWP, but it was very controlled. And they were booted out of town right after. Okay.
See, I don't have all the details about what all took place with all of that, but it was strange how a lot of things went in that time period.
Okay, I got a question.
Okay.
This is going to follow up to the question that Dennis just asked and the questions that we asked earlier, and we both had yeses. This location, how should I word this? Was there another party going on that night, but with a different group of kids?
Where at?
Well, it would be the location that Dennis and I have both got.
Like
Yes.
in Linwood, in Kansas, in.
I can't answer that.
I can't answer that question. Okay, so
Answer that question.
okay, so I'll keep it general to wherever you're thinking without knowing what it is.
So I guess if
Consider it that location without saying
Yes.
what it is. So
the location with the previous yeses,
yes.
was there another party going on that night with a different group of kids?
Yes.
We'll all be hush puppies.
No idea what you're talking about. Was actually expecting a no, but yes.
Wow.
Was Randy's disappearance associated with an auto accident?
Yes.
That was a yes. Okay, there's a question for you and Alex here. So if Dennis, okay.
Yeah, I meant to say
So
Dennis.
We're on the location near where Randy is at. Does that give you answers to where he might be?
I will say it helps confirm some things.
Yeah.
We've stated before that we did have an area and information that come in that we felt really strong about. And this just kind of backs up some of the information that we have received in regards to that location. We have been boots on the ground on that property, and I believe we do still have permission to set up with the landowners to go back.
Yeah, that's so not that not divulging information, but let's say when we have a lead, if we have a lead at Tamara's house, we have one bit of information that was brought to our attention. Well, we have Chrissy's property, and we've had multiple leads of information that's pointed at that property. So there's kind of your roundabout generic answer of yes, this property has had fingers pointed at us to point to it, I guess. Does that make sense, everybody? To a point. So it's not just your typical, oh, I saw a car in the weeds, go check it out. Oh, I think I seen something in a barn covered up with a tarp, but it could be a pile of hay because there's no front door and we don't want the rain getting on the hay. There's more to this piece of property than just one lead or one accusation, theory, rumor, some statement. There's more to it than just that. And Dennis and I have been there. So, yeah.
And I also do want to say there are only certain times of the year that we could access that property. Yeah. It is fully you could access it any time, but there are some situations there that we're limited on when we could physically go on that property.
There's bears. There's giant brown bear, grizzly bears there, and they have I think they had cougars on chains. So that's the reason why we can go there anytime we want.
Oh my goodness, Alex.
Only
Jeez,
Alex.
only you.
And the owls had night vision.
Well, all owls have night vision, so
They get that electric fence that comes.
So,
they just don't wear the glasses. If they wore the glasses, that's a whole different story.
Right.
I think the
Jeez.
giant robot that was standing next to my truck had night vision.
Yeah. Oh,
Wildlife, yeah. Okay, well, are you ready, Tamara?
yeah, I'm ready. Yep, anytime.
Jeez. Is Randy in DeSoto?
It's centered.
Okay.
No.
Did
Well-
Randy
Go ahead.
visit DeSoto before he went to the party?
No.
Did Randy really buy 2 candy bars and 2 Cokes at Stout's gas station?
Oh, yes.
Was Randy and the vehicle rear-ended into the water with another vehicle?
No.
Is there a metal barrel connected to Randy's disappearance?
No.
Did somebody this is going to be an odd question.
Okay.
Did somebody follow me home because we had gotten too close to Randy?
You know?
Is Randy close to home?
In general, yes.
Did Randy go to Bonner Springs the night he disappeared?
No.
Did Randy go to Victory Junction after the party?
No.
Is Randy buried?
I'm not getting an answer.
Go ahead, Alex.
Nah, never mind. I'll throw that one out the door.
Okay.
Is Randy near water?
Yes.
Is Randy in a clearing or a cleared area in the woods?
Oh, that's very specific. No. So like when you asked that question, in my mind I saw it as like a wooded area, like a meadow, like a cleared area, a meadow and a forest kind of thing.
Can Randy see the daylight through the hole?
No.
No. Did someone unalive Randy? Bye, Hunter. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, he's
going to
be back.
Here.
Nice to be back for a bit. Yeah. Okay. I really need to read. Bye, Hunter. Thanks for joining.
No, thank you.
So is Randy underwater?
I'm not getting an answer for that one.
Was Randy alive for hours after the accident, hoping to be saved?
I'm gonna change that to was Randy alive for hours after leaving the party? Yes. When there was an accident, was he alive after the accident? Yes.
Did Randy plan to go to trade school or college?
It's odd. I'm getting kind of a yes and no. Like maybe.
Let's see.
What decided?
Was Randy intentionally drugged that night?
No.
No. Is Randy in a swamp-like area?
No.
Okay. Has law enforcement tried to cover up any facts in the Randy Leach case?
No.
That's the other question. Alex? Put him on the spot.
I'm really at the moment just lost on what to ask. I really am.
Okay.
I mean, I can be upfront and honest with everybody. My thoughts. I always felt strongly about California. And I had questions about California. I had quite a bit about California. But it just, seeing how things are going tonight with the directions of the questions. And I mean, everybody has done an incredible job asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
And we, like I said, I'm very appreciative of the audience, all of us for the questions that are being, asked. And I mean, the responses that Tamara's coming up with, it just doesn't feel, I feel like right now I don't need to focus on that. And I had, I mean, I know you guys can't see this, but well, right there, maybe.
I saw it for a second.
I had a whole sheet of questions on California. We can be up front. I did find a 1985 Dodge 600 gray sedan in a salvage yard in California.
Oh, wow.
I reached out to him. I did an online thing for a part search, and I found a gray one. And I called them. I left them messages. I wasn't specific on why I was looking for I think I told them I was looking for the passenger doors.
Yeah.
I needed both gray doors, and I filled out the online thing. I got a response that they would like be in touch or something, and then never heard nothing. And then I called and I got all I got was an answering machine. And that was, with some stuff that we had leads and through stuff that we had been doing. I was firmly feeling California was the place we need to be looking at,
And it doesn't mean you should
And
stop.
I started calling salvage yards left and right and doing online searches, and then, wow, bang, I find one, and let's be honest, when you look online and you search that car, very rarely you'll find a couple gray ones, but there was a couple different gray, silverish colors. And to this day, there has never been a photo from the leaches that has said, this is the car right here. This is the car. This is a Polaroid we took of it the day we got it. And when you run the VIN number, it won't give you a specific color to the car. It just says gray. Well, when you look at the brochure literature, if I remember right, there's like a dark gray and like a light gray or a silver.
Yeah.
So I'm colorblind. My interpretation of gray and silver is no different than my interpretation of blue, purple, and black sometimes, or red, white, and pink. I see things differently. So, we don't have that actual picture of the car to verify this is what truly color it was. Which color variation of the spectrum of silver and gray was it? So I was at the point is, okay, do we fly to California? Do I go to that salvage yard? Do I tell them I want to look at the doors? And then I go try to find the VIN number, because I've only seen a handful of these cars that year were of a gray or silver color. And they all had the VIN numbers posted with them. And of course, that wasn't them. So, at that point, the few kind of things we were discussing with leads and information, and then actually finding one of those cars that was something that wasn't found on Google Images or Facebook Marketplace was like, oh crap, maybe we need to spend just a little bit of time on this and make sure that this is not the car. He truly didn't go to California. That picture in the National Geographics, 4 years later after he went missing is truly not him. But tonight's questions and, the answers that Tamara was coming up with, I just kind of wanted to shy away from it because I just felt like I want Tamara to focus more on where she's really going with her answers and what she's coming up with versus me asking questions, because I had a couple other questions of things, and I just feel like, okay, well, if we're getting positive answers to these type of questions, these situations, I guess, in my mind, I'm thinking are irrelevant. This is not really technically possibly what could have happened to you. Because Tamara makes it very clear. This is just what she's coming up with, and this is her answers, and this is how we're going to look at it. And if we cross our fingers and are blessed enough that we can move forward with these answers and we are able to find him, wow, that would be incredible. So,
yeah. But it'd also be incredible if you were able to find those VIN numbers and had a connection to California. So you never know.
And when I found the car through the online search thing with the salvage yard stuff, and as I was doing it, there was no VIN number listed with the car. It was just a 1985 Dodge 600 4-door sedan, gray in color. And, there was no VIN number. And I thought, well, if I ask them for the VIN number, I doubt very seriously they're going to be like, oh, yeah, here it is.
Well, I think
So,
should they? I mean, I think it's okay to ask just to make sure it's,
yeah,
it has a title,
yeah,
with a VIN number, that the title on the VIN number matches the VIN number of the car. I mean, I think
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with asking that, because especially on those older cars that they don't
Yeah.
always match. So
and kind of the discussions that Tammy and I had, and this was before you were a part of the group, Tamara. But I'm like, okay, we need to go to California. I think we really need to fly out there. I love California. I've been there many a times. But Tammy's never been, and I had talked with Dennis and we had discussed it, and I'm like, okay, well, I think we should try to go, and really investigate this and look into it, and we'll just go to the junkyard and just show up and be like, hey, I seen online you had this car. Can we look at it? We got one and we need some parts, and see if, a lot of junkyards, I can't say a lot because I haven't been to junkyards in years, but back in the day, the majority of junkyards would let you go roam around.
Mhm.
Even some of the junkyards, even if you paid like a $2 admission fee, you could just go walk around and look.
Mhm.
So, I like Max said, I think he said that I looked conflicted or something like that. Well, I am, because my beliefs was a lot that's where Randy really was, because I've always thought, as we've talked about stuff and, all the research we've done, that, hey, the water was low enough at that time. The car wouldn't have floated anywhere if it would have went in the water. The water was, we were in a 3-year drought or something, and I'm thinking, okay, if he can't be here, he's got to be in a pond that nobody has ever searched, or he's outside. Like when we look at Jennifer's work, and Jennifer's, she's talking 5 miles, 10 miles, 20, 50 miles. And that's one thing I said, okay, well, maybe he is in the water, but he's outside of such a grand distance that nobody would ever look. Because, if he had to be home by midnight, my always thought is whether he was drinking, if he had been doing some kind of drugs or something, in my mind, I would always thought that he knew he had to be home by midnight. That was his curfew. The crap was going to hit the fan if he wasn't, and I always thought, well, if he left at that time, that would have given him plenty of time to get home. Okay, well, I always had a hard time thinking, if he wasn't in that area, that he wasn't in water. But, I guess that's part of doing this and trying to understand cases and looking at the information that's presented to you, and you having to make a factual decision. Is this more realistic or is this more realistic? Sorry, I didn't mean to ramble on.
No. Because we all believed California. I mean, there wasn't all the information just seemed like it was there, and it just was too perfect. So absolutely.
I mean, it still could be, you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why everyone searches in their own way, and that increases the chances of finding them. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Seeing like this tonight, that helps us know that there is places here locally that we need to really focus on until we can get to California.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think our direction of searching and investigativeness, looking into this case at this point, we need to, for a while, focus in the areas of interest in, where you and I have been, these other few locations. We still have the other location of interest where we had the leads. The guy was telling us that there was car parts there, and he thought they were part of the car. And he was telling us a lot of crazy stuff, and he was bringing up some other people's names into it. And it's not, like in the general direction, or not in the general area, but it's within a reasonable distance,
Yeah.
which one way, northeast, southwest you could go that night. Very, very easily he could have ended up in this area. So,
well, the car parts, I mean, if you're a really good car guy, you can see a car part and have a decent idea if it's Ford, Chevy, Dodge, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So Mopar. So I mean, you kind of have to be one of those. My father-in-law is that way. You can look at a car and instantly know pretty much what it is. You can look at car parts and knows what kind of engine it probably came from. So, but you kind of have to be kind of an expert on that too.
Yeah.
Because you could, but if you could even just take pictures of it, and I know you need permission still, but be able to at least eliminate it or be like, okay, this is a possibility. So
and this particular,
this is where that'll come in handy.
Yes.
That particular property is the one that we have worked so hard on trying to get permission. Phone calls have been made. I have found the owner on Facebook, and I have reached out to him, and nothing. So
messages there, phone calls, leaving tons of voicemails, emails, everything, and no response.
So I'm kind of at the point where I'm just going to roll up. We're going to put the hazards on. We're going to get out. We're going to put our safety vest on, and we're just going to go walk. And if the police show up because somebody calls, so be it. Whatever. We'll deal with it.
Yep.
So, because, this person reached out to us more than a handful of times, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And
multiple times.
For all we know, he's just someone with a narrative to change our direction. So I don't know. But if this other piece of property that we need to look at that Dennis yesterday couldn't make happen, if we try to get there next Saturday morning and get that done, depending on what happens with that, maybe we can leave there and go check out this other one finally.
It would be nice to know for sure on that one.
Yeah. So definitely for sure. But my phone died, so I can't see anything that's going on in the comments.
Oh, they're just talking bad about you. Oh my goodness.
Probably. They're probably like, man, that guy never shuts up.
Oh, stop it.
Okay, there's a couple other questions, I think.
Yeah.
A couple recent ones you can ask.
Yeah.
Get centered again.
Whenever you're ready, Tamara.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. First one, did Randy disappear on purpose?
No.
Okay. Someone said, it's Carrie. I recently came in. Was it asked if Randy is in the car?
I'm not getting an answer on that one. That's a good question, though.
And not to interrupt and not to ramble on again, but that question has been asked numerous times, and it's came back as neither negative or pop, neither yes or no. The sticks don't move at all, or the dowsing rods. I'm sorry. So that's interesting. That is it's a constant same answer to that general type of question.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what that means, but usually, sometimes it's either, sometimes there's more information needed, but that's pretty clear. Sometimes it's just not the right time for the answer, or we're just not supposed to know. I don't know. I mean, it could be a lot of things.
Is Randy in a rocky area?
No.
Okay. Is Randy in a wooded area?
No.
Was he in the vehicle and then came out?
That's a good question. Yeah, no.
Okay. Is Randy in a well?
No.
Is Randy? Oh, sorry, Alex.
No, go ahead. Go ahead and finish.
Is Randy in a cave?
No.
So is Randy in the car in some form of I forgot the word, geological space?
I see what you're doing there.
That was well the person before me.
I don't get an answer for that one either.
Okay.
Could one? I'll wait till you're ready, Tamara.
Okay.
Could one see the car from the air?
I don't get an answer on that one either.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, we keep going.
And speaking of that, I know James from Echo Divers, he's been doing an amazing job with his drones up here.
Yeah.
And he's gone in and sonared some areas too that he couldn't quite clear with his drones. But he's done some amazing searches.
Was the Dodge 600 taken to the crusher?
No.
Is the Dodge 600 in a barn?
Again, no.
Is the Dodge 600 in a tree line?
What do you mean by tree line?
Like on the edge of a piece of property with trees, like a tree line or a fence line, you know, where it's put on the back row at the back of the property, something like that.
I get a no.
Is the Dodge 600 hidden?
Yes. Hidden from view. That's how I interpret that.
Oh, I don't even know how to ask this.
Is the Dodge 600 in a junkyard?
No.
Okay, I might need your help wording on this one, but the night that Randy went missing, when his car came to the final stop, was the car moved again? Did somebody move the vehicle?
Okay. So on the night he went missing, when his car came to a stop, was it moved after that point in time? Did it move again that night? No.
Okay, here's kind of a strange one. Has Randy been in the same spot this entire time since he's been missing?
Yes.
Was Randy's Dodge 600 purposely hidden?
I get a no.
Can you find the car with ground penetrating radar?
Yes.
Yes. Gary has a good one. Is the Dodge 600 recognizable as a Dodge 600?
Yes.
You have any?
No.
Is ground penetrating radar needed to find the Dodge 600? Yes. Or
And no. Is it required? Is that the only way to find it? Okay, there we go. No.
Is the Dodge 600 upside down?
And I get an answer on that one.
was Randy on his way home, or did someone suggest he check out the site that he is at?
Okay. I'm going to treat that as two separate questions.
Yes.
On the night he went missing, was Randy on his way home? Yes. Okay. The next question is, did someone suggest he check out another location? No.
Has anybody, and sorry to ask this, has anybody in the questions tonight? I know we've done like the radius, like how Jen's asked the question, the radius. Has anybody asked, is Randy south of the proper? Is Randy south of the party location? Is he north of the party location? Is he east? Is he west? West, like he was going home. You know, has anybody asked any of that?
Yeah. So someone asked. I think
Yes was asked, and it come back yes.
I'm sorry, Dennis, you kind of broke up. What did you say?
Somebody asked if he was west of the party location, and it come back yes.
Okay.
Does Harold know what happened to Randy?
So does Harold know what happened to Randy? No.
Did Randy take a detour on his way home?
No.
Can Randy be physically found near Stranger Creek?
I'm not getting an answer on that one.
Is there anyone responsible for his disappearance?
No.
Is there anyone responsible for the Dodge 600's disappearance?
That's a good question. Get a no.
Did Randy plan to go to the party that night?
Get a no.
No.
Was Steve Doherty with Randy before he went to the party?
Yes.
Is Randy within the vicinity of the party and his parents' home? So that's a two-parter. Tamara.
Yeah. Or I could see it as a general, like is he, from where the party house was and where his parents' home. If you put a big circle around that and a larger radius, is he somewhere within that location?
Yeah. Okay. Can Randy be physically found within 500 feet of Stranger Creek?
No. 500 feet can physically. I get a no. It does seem a little odd.
Okay, is Randy near the Kansas River?
No.
Did Randy go home via Golden Road?
Yes.
Is the Dodge 600 in a garage in the town of Linwood, Kansas?
No.
Oops.
We'll have to watch the
Yeah. Can Randy be physically found within 3 miles of his home? No.
No.
Sorry, I had to holler at one of the dogs.
Did Randy turn off of Golden Road towards home?
Yes.
So if Randy is on Golden Road, did he turn on in the night he went missing? Did he turn off at any time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Did Randy take a wrong turn on his way home the night of the party?
Yes.
Did he turn off the Golden Road towards home? What was the answer on that?
The one where it turned off Golden Road towards home. What was the answer on that, Tamara?
I got a yes.
This is for Danny? Oh my goodness, for Danny. How many miles between the party house and his parents?
7. Approximately 7. Hey, you've got Randy on the mind tonight. That's all right.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, here's another one, Tamara. Can Randy be physically found within 500 feet of Golden Road? Oh,
No.
there's been some good questions tonight.
Very good questions. Yeah.
Is the vehicle still in one piece?
Relatively one piece.
Nope.
Cohesive. Yes.
The feed is buffering.
Well, hopefully we don't get kicked off any moment because sometimes it just randomly does that kind of stuff.
Well, I got to keep an eye on the time here. We've probably got what, 8-9 minutes. Okay. Did Randy's Dodge 600 sink below sand?
Let me get centered here first.
Sure.
Okay. Did Randy's Dodge 600 sink below sand? No.
Is Randy near? Was there a white building on the property that Randy is at? Guess what I'm asking? Was there a white building there when he went missing that's no longer there now?
Okay. So is there a white building on the property? I'm not getting an answer. It goes very straight when I'm not getting an answer, but it hardly moves, so I'm not getting an answer on that one.
What road did his parents live on? What was the?
They were on Linwood Road, weren't they?
Wasn't it Linwood Road, Alex?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Linwood Road's on the front side of their property, and is Golden Road on the back side?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
How their property is split?
Yeah.
Okay. She said, can you do a radius search like a circle covering the party house and the parents' house, narrowing the search to the location you might think he's at?
Jennifer probably has
Oh gosh,
that.
yes. Yeah.
Jennifer's probably already done that right now. We're doing this. She's
Yeah,
probably-
you can. Like even with dowsing, you can. It's usually more like pendulum work for that, where you can do some like map dowsing with that. But yeah, it's either you're right or you're wrong on that too. Again, it's not always 100%, but I have heard cases. I don't have one personally, but I have heard cases where people have been really successful with that too. So.
All right. Is the Dodge 600 shiny side up?
Shiny side. What does that mean?
I'm assuming upside down.
No,
No. Duh.
Right side.
Yeah, right side up.
But like normal car sitting.
Okay. So is the Dodge right now sitting upright? No.
Okay. Is Randy near Joy Meadows?
No.
Jen says, I'm going to do that as soon as she gets home. Is he close to a fallen tree?
No.
Okay. Can Randy be physically found north of 12530 166th Street, North Linwood?
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
That means he's fixing to cut us off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close it down.
Yeah, we're gonna have to because it's
Yeah.
fixing.
Yeah, we're getting some we're trying to
getting
do something.
notifications this time.
Yeah, we're getting notifications that it's probably going to shut us down here right shortly. So with that being said,
Try this one real quick though.
okay, that question.
Yeah.
All right. One more, Tamara. Is Randy on 206th Street?
No.
Okay. Okay. So, wow, we did awesome tonight. Yeah.
I think we should ask the audience if Tamara is up to this again at another time, would the audience like to revisit this, what we're doing tonight with the Randy Leach case? Would the audience like to see us do this again if Tamara is up to it? If you guys can answer us and stuff, because I would love to do it again for sure. Because this is really interesting. We've done this quite a few. Well, what was this, our third one now?
Yeah, I've done
Yeah.
Summer Wells, then Melissa Trumpy, and now Randy
Leach.
Leach.
Okay. Well, everybody, let's give Tamara a big thanks for her work tonight with this, because
That's right.
No,
we
thank you.
appreciate her. So
No, thank you so much.
so
And
we
thank you to the audience enjoying it. Like I said, it is hard. It's hard for anyone to do this because it's very much you're right or you're wrong, and it feels awful if you're wrong, even though you just never know. But still, But no, I appreciate it. I enjoy doing it, and I hope as I'm doing this, I get better and better as we go along too. And maybe it will help. Maybe it will, like you said, give you a new directions. Maybe it'll help the people that are also doing their own research. And if not, like I said, don't let go of your current theories and the data you've looked at, because that's just as important, if not more so, because you've done your work on it, and you just never know.
And another thing on that, if we do this again, Jennifer, you would have the open invite to join us on that live feed as well.
But also a big thank you to Tamara's Spirit Guides for this. We appreciate your time.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yes.
Anything else you want to throw in there?
We'll do it again.
Yeah. All right.
Please, everybody, hit that like button, and please, share this if you want to.
Yes, because if we hit 3,000 subscribers, we will do a special live feed and maybe do some giveaways. So hit that button, guys, please. That like button. So
thank you all.
Well, yes, thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you. And yes, Mac, you're right. I am tired. But I enjoyed doing it. Thank you all.
Have a good night, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Thank you. Night, everybody.